Your dogs do stink when they go outside right now because it is so hot.
Yeah, really hot, but we have a couple of things like a little bit of a breeze tonight.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
yeah, Friday night plans might not be as bad as you could imagine at the end of August. This time last year, we were hitting triple digits day in, day out for over a dozen days in the month of August, and now we're sitting at 91, which is average for the high this time of year, so not the worst, I think. We do have a little bit of wind from the east, which I'll show you in a second. Our dew point temperatures are not super high either, as we're still kind of slowly transitioning out of our drier, less humid pattern that we got to enjoy at the middle of this week and getting toward a little bit more humid setup for next week. Temperatures right now, mostly 80s or lower 90s. Our feels like temperatures definitely not as high as they easily could be, mostly in the 90s. And here are winds, a little bit of a stir to the air because we have these east winds moving in at about maybe up to 10 or so miles per hour. But Belle Chase actually recording a little gust there up to 20, 25 miles per hour. And with rain, there isn't a whole lot you have to worry about for tonight if you have nighttime plans. We do have some around Plaquemines Parish, not far from Grand Isle. A small shower there that seems to be weakening a lot as it approaches Grand Isle. That's about it for this evening. So heading into your Friday night plans, just count on temperatures dropping through the 80s, and then later on tonight our low temperatures are expected mainly in the 70s, and it'll be a humid, warm kind of feel, somewhat humid at least. And then tomorrow high temperatures about 92, slight chance for a couple of showers. Humidity creeps up a little bit, but I think a little bit more so on Sunday. And notice the changes this weekend aren't really that drastic. We'll be looking for about average highs in the lower 90s. Each day at least a chance for a bit of rain, and Sunday a little higher chance perhaps at near 30%. Let me show you with our model here. This is by tomorrow morning. We'll move through the day to about afternoon, 3, 4 p.m. Couple of showers, that's about it. And then moving into the evening, it looks drier. As for Sunday, a little higher chance, as I mentioned. This is 8 a.m. We might already have a couple of spotty showers, maybe a storm or two. And then this is by noon, and then through the afternoon, likely we'll see our rain eventually wrapping up and the evening looks quieter. This is what we're seeing. Here's our trough that's been off to the northeast, and we've seen a little piece in the upper atmosphere kind of break off. So this is just going to move south of our coast, and eventually by the start of the early work week, by Monday, move into Texas. Meantime, the big high is shifting a little bit farther to the east, so we're on the southern fringes of that. And you can see with available moisture too, you can track this little swirl here. That's that little upper low. Not expecting it to develop. We have different things happening that would likely prevent it from actually trying to develop. And also it's an upper low anyway, so just moving quickly past our coast. But look at this surge in the oranges. That is another slug with more moisture for next week, and that might enhance our rain chance. But actually right now models have near maybe 30% rain chances, so still not going really high with those rain totals either. If a lot of this does stay a bit farther south, maybe in the northern Gulf. So you can see 2 to 3 inches over the next 7 days anticipated just south of our coast. The blues around New Orleans may be up to about a ½ inch or inch, and the greens, that's about a ¼ inch or less. This could easily change if we see our rain chance going up a little bit and indications we may have a bit more scattered rain around. We may see rain totals getting a little higher for the next week, but that's what we have right now. By the way, we are getting closer to fall. 9 days until the meteorological start of fall, which is September. And there's 1 month now until the astronomical start of fall, the one most of us think about, the fall equinox. That's on September 22nd. And quickly to get into the tropics, we're not expecting any development for the next 7 days. We're just kind of looking out there, not seeing anything really forming up at this point. Our season names, of course, we've made it through Ernesto, still waiting on Francine and Gordon, but we don't see any sign of those at this point. And we'll see if that ticks up, of course, toward the end of August and early September. But at least the next week or more, not looking for threats here. Pretty typical kind of August forecast heading into the next several days.